If you're a Microsoft user and you want to import your old Microsoft data into your new Email Vault instance, it takes a couple steps. We're going to go through the export from Microsoft, and then we will drag those files and upload into Email Vault. So from Microsoft Purview, and that website is Purview, purview.microsoft.com, go to Solutions, and we'll go to eDiscovery. And within eDiscovery, you need to create a case. Everything in Microsoft creates a case. And we're going to do last 3 years as an example. So we'll create our case. Once we have our case created, we're going to create a search. We'll type it 3 years of data and create. And you can see we're on the query and we get the helpful pop-up add data sources. So instead of add sources, we're going to click add tenant-wide sources. And we're going to keep the mailboxes, but we don't need the sites. And this will ensure we're grabbing everything, and we'll hit save. And so now we have a location. Now we can go over here and build our conditions. And the first thing I like to do is get rid of the keyword condition because we don't need that. We're just doing a date search. And so we need date. You could do everything before today, for example, and it would give you everything, or you could pick some more specific dates and say we want everything from we'll say 1/1/2022 to let's say 6/1/2025. Now that we have all that data, you can see it fills it in up here for you, and then you run the query. And we'll hit run query. As it's running, this step might take literally a couple hours. So once you hit go here, you're going to want to go back to doing whatever you're doing, and then we'll check back here in a couple minutes and go through our export. After a little while of running, you'll get your statistic page, your summary page that'll pop up, and that'll tell you how much email you have. So you can see we have 13.4 gigabytes. Then we can go up and click export. And the name of our export can be email export. And we want to include all the items that matched our query. Don't have to worry about some of these other OneDrive because we didn't really export any of that. Our format, we're going to use the default. Those are PSTs. That makes it easy. Organize data from different locations into separate folders. I don't think we need to do that. We don't need the path. We don't need to condense paths. And we can leave the friendly name. All this just makes it easier to import. So then we'll click export. There we go. They're being exported. This step might also take another 15, 20 minutes or so, depending on how much data you have. So we'll click OK. Then we can go click on export at the top here, and this will show us the actual files it's creating for us. You can see that email export we just created is in progress. So we will hit refresh, but probably check back here in another hour or so. Once you've hit a refresh a few times and maybe waited an hour, your file should be ready to export. Should be easy enough to click on it. When you get to the export screen, you don't need to download everything. You just need to download the PSTs. That's got your data. The rest are CSV style reports and things may be posted on SharePoint, so we won't import those anyway. This is the step that's going to be fairly dependent on your bandwidth. So if you have slow bandwidth, you're just going to want to wait a while to get all these downloaded. You can see it'll take a minute to run. But once you have all these files saved to your desktop, you'll be able to go the next step and upload them. That is important to think about if you do have that you have enough desktop space to actually download all these. So if you're downloading 80, 100 gigs, just make sure you have that much space on your drive before you download them. Okay, once you have your PST file, you're going to want to unzip it. If you're on a Mac, you just double click it and it'll create a folder of your PSTs. If you're on a PC, you'll like right click and hit unzip, or just double clicking it usually does the trick. All right, once it's all unzipped, you'll have your folder here of all your PST files. You can double click and see we've got 2 of them. So your next step is to go open up your email vault instance. Pretty simple. You can go to imports. You'll hit your import button. Select files. You'll find that PST folder. And here you're just going to want to do one at a time. So this is 4.4 gigs. We'll hit open on this. It'll start uploading. And then you can go back and do the other. Couple things to be aware of. These are going to be between 4 and 10 gigabytes each. So these are really going to chew up some bandwidth. So if you're in an office with high-speed internet, you'll probably be fine. If you're in a smaller office with cable, it may be slow. So just something to be aware of. You might think about doing these one at a time instead of doing all 10 at once. So click the upload button and you're done.